Okay. Thank you for meeting with me today. I want to discuss with you about the lesson that I will be doing an observation during class. So first of all, what's your lesson going to be about?
My lesson's going to cover 8.5H, which is proportional versus non-proportional relationships.
So your lesson will entail showing examples of proportional and non-proportional, the differences between both.
Yes.
And what is your goal or objective of this lesson?
My goal is to have students distinguish between the proportional and non-proportional situations.
How will students demonstrate mastery at the end of this lesson?
They will be able to identify, for example, if I have a graph, what a non-proportional graph looks like and what a proportional graph looks like.
So walk me through your lesson for the day and where your lesson will start.
I will begin my lesson with a review that, and I will have intentional grouping in my review. I will have, I do my intentional grouping with low, medium, and high students in each group. And we will review some of the questions and also the diagrams that they will be seeing on their gallery walk through cold calling.
Can you give me an example of what a proportional, non-proportional graph would look like?
A proportional graph is a graph in which the line intersects the y-axis at 0, 0, which is called the origin. A non-proportional graph has a line intersecting the y-axis at any other point other than 0, 0.
So when it goes through the 0 point axis, it's proportional. When it doesn't, it goes anywhere else, it's not proportional. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you mentioned cold calling. So after the cold calling activity, what would be the next step in the lesson?
After we finish our review, then the students would walk out in their intentional groups, and I would have already put the types of questions and problems that they're going to be using on the activity on lockers. For example, it's one problem per locker, and they're taped on there. And the only rule that there is that there cannot be more than one group per problem.
What is the criteria for intentional grouping?
The criteria is to make sure that I have all level abilities within each group. In other words, you're not going to have all the high kids in one group and all the low kids together, because it doesn't work that way. You know, our high kids and our low kids, they all can benefit from each other.
Just to clarify what you just said, you will use intentional grouping for gallery walks in order to check for student understanding?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about gallery walks.
Gallery walks consist of problems that you can, I get mine from the former state assessments that they've already taken in the years past, from workbooks, even teacher-made problems that we create, and we cut them out and we tape them to each locker and with the answer choices, and that's where the students either defend their answer or they agree to an answer.
So students are going to walk around together in groups answering questions during these gallery walks?
Yes.
Once you're done with the gallery walk, what's the next step in your lesson?
Once we finish the activity, we go back into our classroom. We're still in our intentional groups, and I have a copy of all 20 questions that I will be using. The first 10 questions that I will go over with the intentional groups, and we will go over, and each group that I do cold calling with will have to defend their answer. Now, at this point, another group can also interject and say, no, that's not what they came up with, and that's where you get your students teaching each other.
What will your final review session entail?
The final review session will entail where you have your cold calling in groups, and then you will also have your cold calling as individuals, and that's the last 10 of the questions that I will use from the original gallery walk.
Now, to summarize everything we just talked about, the purpose of this lesson is to have students know the difference between proportional and non-proportional relationships.
Yes.
Right? And you're going to use cold calling as one of the activities.
Yes, sir.
After the students demonstrate understanding by completing the gallery walks, and they will be placed with intentional groupings.
Yes.
That's what we discussed.
Yes.
Okay. Then you'll end your lesson by having the students come back into the classroom and answer questions that were given during the gallery walks. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, is there anything special you'd like for me to pay special attention to, or anything while I'm doing this as observation?
Well, during the gallery walks, I would, suggest that you go ahead and make yourself as part of one of the groups and listen to them interact. ask them questions about, how are they finding out this is proportional or non-proportional, and have them defend their answer.
Great. I'm looking forward to this observation. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.